Welcome to the program today. Take your Bibles, turn to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6. The whole chapter. Let's get down to some business here. As I'm preaching this in October 2016, America is in a quandary. It doesn't know who it is anymore. It doesn't know why it is anymore. It doesn't know what it is anymore. Let me say that again. America is in a quandary. It doesn't know why it is, what it is, or who it is as a nation anymore. America, not only has it already fallen, it keeps on falling. And when America falls, the world falls. But the New World Order is ready to pounce over. Now that New World Order is no longer a conspiracy. It's no longer a bunch of nonsense. It's true. You know that. I know you know that. It's not a bunch of YouTube videos strung together. It's fake. It's serious. And the Antichrist will step on this earth one day. Very soon. Book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah is the weeping prophet. For those of you Christians that get discouraged and disheartened, maybe some things in your life didn't work out. Maybe you're not married, never going to be. Maybe you're not having kids. Maybe you're lonely. And you're saved. But, you don't have anything other than salvation. You look around you and you see 25-year-old pastors, missionaries, guys on the mission field. He's got a wife and 7 kids. And you're working for a job in the real world. You're working 2 jobs. And you barely can make it. And this guy's preaching, teaching, on staff. You ain't. But Jeremiah never married. No kids. He preached to Israel. Israel's under judgment. America's under judgment. Jeremiah was in the miry clay. He obeyed God and got nothing to show for it on this planet. Some of these pastors out here, we're not talking false preachers, we're talking pastors. Some of these pastors in America, wife, 6 kids, successful, get to preach every week, no pain, no heartache, living in the suburbs. Some easy pastors' lives in this America. This guy goes to Bible college, meets his wife. This guy goes to Bible college, never meets anybody. Christian life is not fair. Or you may think it's not fair. But Jeremiah. Contrast Jeremiah's life to David's. Bathsheba. Plenty of women. Even when David was dying, they brought a young teenage virgin into him to keep him warm. Poor Jeremiah, man, had nothing. Some people, God shows favor in some areas. Some people, God shows favor in other areas. And we must not get bitter, must not get jealous. That's why the Bible admonishes us. Jesus admonishes us not to compare ourselves one to another. So Jeremiah chapter 6. Are you ready? O ye children of Benjamin, gather yourselves to flee out of the midst of Jerusalem, and blow the trumpet in Tekoa, and set up a sign of fire in Bethchacim, for evil appeareth out of the north, and great destruction. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. The shepherds with their flocks shall come unto her. They shall pitch their tents against her round about. They shall feed every one in his place. Prepare ye war against her. Arise, and let us go up at noon. Woe unto us! For the day goeth, and for the shadows of the evening are stretched out. Arise, and let us go by night, and let us destroy her palaces. For thus hath the Lord of hosts said, Hew ye down trees, and cast a mount against Jerusalem. This is the city to be visited. She is holy oppression in the midst of her. As a fountain casteth out of her water, so she casteth out of her wickedness. Violence and spoil is heard in her. Before me continually is grief and wounds. Be thou instructed, O Jerusalem, lest my soul depart from thee, lest I make thee desolate, a land not inhabited. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn back thine hand as a grape gatherer into the baskets. To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. Therefore I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding it in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the aged with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, that saith the Lord. For from the least of them even unto the greatest of them, every one is given to covetousness. And from the prophet even unto the priest, every one dealeth falsely. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people, slightly saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall at the time that I visit them. They shall be cast down, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and seek, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. Therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. To what purpose cometh there to me incense from Sheba, and the sweet cane from a far country? Your burnt offerings are not acceptable, nor your sacrifices sweet unto me. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friend shall perish. Thus saith the Lord, behold, a people cometh from a north country, and a great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth. They shall lay hold on bow and spear. They are cruel and have no mercy. Their voice roareth like the sea, and they ride upon horses set in array as men for war against thee, O daughter of Zion. We have heard the fame thereof. Our hands wax feeble. Anguish hath taken hold of us, in pain as a woman in travail. Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and fears on every side. O daughter of my people, gird thee with sackcloth, and wallow thyself in ashes. Make thee mourning as for an only son, most bitter lamentation. For the spoiler shall suddenly come upon us. I have set thee for a tower and a fortress among my people, and thou mayest know and try their way. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned, the lead is consumed of the fire, and the founder melteth in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord hath rejected them. That's enough said, isn't it? I am amazed, perplexed and bewildered how America got into the state it is today. We are being driven, literally, to a new world order. God is not going to apologize to Sodom and Gomorrah. And, other preachers have said that. I'm not, taking from somebody else. I'm just saying, he's certainly not going to apologize to America. If America finds itself in war with Russia, China, and other nations, God is not going to be on our side anymore, in my opinion. Abortion legal since 1973. This whole ridiculous transgender bathroom issue. If you're a man or a woman and you don't know what you are, go to the doctor, pull your pants down, and ask the doctor, am I a man or a woman? It's almost funny, but it's not, because less than half of a 1% can actually dictate through law to the other 99.5% how life is going to be led through policies and procedures. What a joke. I'm taking a long, hard look at America's Constitution. And I believe now that it has been a fake document since day one. How do I know that? After much research, it took a month to write the Constitution in Philadelphia. And I've been to the Constitution Center twice, been to libraries, done my own research, and the people didn't know what they were writing inside there. Until Benjamin Franklin came out, the people asked Benjamin and says, well, what have you guys been doing in there? What are you doing with this Constitution? And Benjamin Franklin said, it's a republic if you can keep it. Because America we live in now is not a republic. It's not a democracy either. It's a monarchy of socialism of a handful of people at the top that's running the show. And I remember I've grown up in the Philadelphia area in the 70s, and there was a pitcher for the Phillies called Steve Carlton, and he didn't speak to the media. And he made a comment, well, that there's 12 families that rule the nations of the world. And everybody's like, what? What? I think he's right. We're being led to a new world order against our will, against the masses' will. If the Constitution says we the people, I don't see we the people in charge. Do you? There's a guy, I think he's a Beatle, John Lennon, right? I think he said something to the effect that he thinks all of our government, he said this one, I'm trying to get the exact quote, all of our governments are insane. I'd really like to know what our government, the British government's doing, the Chinese government doing, the Russian government doing, the United States government is doing. I think we have insane people with insane objectives doing insane things. And I'm liable to be put away for saying that. That's what's insane about it. And he was. Who's in charge? Nobody wants most of these policies and procedures. California voted against homosexuality, and the judge overruled it. Something's wrong. I don't know if it was Lincoln or Patrick Henry or somebody off the top of my head, I can't remember, says, you have a right to alter or abolish the government, and if it's not working, well, it's not working. I'm liable to be put away for saying this on camera right here. It's simple fact that the body, your physical body, can't continue if it's infected. If you put the wrong oil or you don't put any oil. If you put the wrong fluids in your car, it'll break down. If you, same thing with nations. We need to get the infection out. Is the infection illegal immigration? Is the infection people that don't obey the Constitution? If the Constitution is worthy of being obeyed, what's the infection that needs to leave? I'm preaching October 2016. You got 300 million people, and the best you have is Trump and Clinton. That's it. Out of a nation of 300 million, that's the best two that come to the forefront. Maybe cream doesn't rise to the top. Maybe something else rises to the top. I remember when Ronald Reagan was president, George Bush Sr. was the vice president. He was vice president for 8 years, and he was president for 4 years, and then Clinton took over for 8 years, and George Bush's son took over 8 years. You had a Bush, Clinton, Bush for 28 years, from 1980 to 2008. Then 8 years go by, 2008, 2016, you have Obama. Are you going to have Hillary in 2016 for another 4 years or 8 years? Are you kidding me? Who's running the show here? Is it the United States of Clinton? Really? Reprobate silver. God called them. America, you're reprobate silver. Thanks for listening to the program today.